Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into this paper, Titans, Learning to Memorize at Test Time.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
paper from Google Research. It's been making waves in the AI world.
Yeah.
Basically, it introduces this new architecture that
Mhm.
could completely change how we think about AI and memory.
Yeah, it really is. I think this paper tackles a really fundamental challenge in AI,
Right.
which is limitations of memory. You think about like we humans have different types of memories, right? We have short-term memory for, immediate tasks and long-term memory to really store important information. And standard AI models like transformers are great at that short-term stuff,
Mhm.
but struggle with the long game of memory, and that's where Titans come in.
Okay, so these Titans sound super important, but before we jump into like how they actually work,
Mhm.
can you give us a quick breakdown of like why this memory problem is like such a big deal for AI?
Sure. Imagine you're trying to understand like a complex news article.
Okay.
Your short-term memory helps you process each sentence right. But your long-term memory kicks in with your background knowledge, historical context, connections to past events. That deeper understanding is crucial for making sense of the bigger picture. But current AI models, even the really powerful ones, often miss that depth.
So it's like they're missing a piece of the puzzle.
Exactly. And that missing piece can lead to limitations in language modeling, video understanding, time series, forecasting, pretty much any task that requires reasoning over a long period of information.
Gotcha. Enter the Titans.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm already thinking of giant robots from those sci-fi movies.
right.
But tell us, how do these AI Titans actually work?
Well, unlike their mythological counterparts who were eventually overthrown, these titans are here to stay. And they combine the power of short term memory using attention mechanisms with a brand new long term neural memory module. This hybrid approach allows them to process information effectively and retain crucial details over much longer periods.
Interesting. So it's almost like they're taking inspiration from how our own brains work,
Mhm.
right? With both the short-term and long-term memory systems. But what makes this neural memory module so special? How does it actually learn to remember things?
It's very fascinating. So, what's so fascinating about this is that the Titan's memory focuses on surprise. So, the model calculates the surprise of an input
Hmm?
by looking at the gradients of the neural network.
Okay.
Large gradient change signals a surprising input, making it more memorable for the AI.
So the more something shakes up the AI's world, the more it like sticks.
Right.
It's like when we remember shocking news stories more vividly than just everyday events.
Exactly.
Does the paper elaborate on like how this surprise factor works in practice?
Absolutely. The paper differentiates between like momentary surprise, which is like our immediate reaction to something unexpected, and past surprise, the lasting impact of that surprise. Think of it this way. You hear like a shocking news story. Your initial reaction is surprise, but that memory might linger, shaping your interpretation of related news later.
Okay, so past surprise adds a layer of context and influences how the AI understands new information.
Yes.
That's really clever. Is there anything else that sets this memory module apart?
Yes. One of the key innovations is the forgetting mechanism. Inspired by human memory, Titans learn to discard less important information, making room for new, more relevant data. It's all about efficient memory management. Just like our brains naturally prioritize certain memories while letting others fade.
Okay, so we have this powerful neural memory module that learns by focusing on surprise and forgets less important information to stay efficient.
Yeah.
But how do you actually integrate that into like the overall architecture of an AI model?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
The researchers explored three different ways to incorporate this long-term memory module, each with its own strengths and weaknesses.
Oh, this is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
So let's dive into those different approaches in part two.
Yeah.
Right, sounds good.
Sounds good. The first approach they call memory as a context, or like MNE. Here, the long-term memory acts like a knowledgeable friend whispering insights in your ear as you're trying to understand something new.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
So the long-term memory provides additional context to help the short-term memory process new information more effectively.
Precisely.
Gotcha.
Let's say you are reading a news article about like a complex political situation.
Okay.
Your short-term memory focuses on the immediate details,
Mhm.
while your long-term memory might provide like background knowledge on like key players.
Sure.
Historical context, that deeper understanding helps you make sense of the bigger picture.
Yeah.
In the amassed architecture, the AI is essentially doing the same thing.
It's pulling relevant information from its long-term memory bank to kind of add depth to its understanding of the current input.
Right.
So it's not just like blindly dumping everything from long-term memory into the mix.
Right.
There's a selection process happening.
Yes, and that selectivity is crucial. The attention mechanism, that short-term memory component, gets to decide whether the information from long-term memory is relevant
Okay.
in the current context.
Gotcha.
This helps to prevent information overload
Right.
and guides the long-term memory to store only the most pertinent information.
Okay, so it's like having a friend who knows when to chime in with helpful insights
Exactly.
and when to just let you focus on the task at hand.
Right.
Gotcha. What about the second approach? How does it differ from Mackie?
So the second variant is called memory as a gate, or MAG.
Okay.
Instead of providing context, the long-term memory acts as a filter, controlling the flow of information to the short-term memory.
Okay. So it's like a gatekeeper deciding what's important enough to get through to the main processing unit.
Exactly. Imagine you're trying to read like a dense research paper.
Okay.
Your friend who's familiar with the topic might point out the key arguments,
Right.
the most relevant sections, helping you cut through the noise and focus on the signal. That's essentially what the MAG architecture is doing.
Interesting. So in MRI, the long-term memory acts as kind of like a helpful advisor.
Right.
And in MAG, it's more like a focused editor, highlighting the most important parts.
Exactly.
What about the third approach?
So the third variant, memory as a layer, or MEL.
Okay.
It takes a more straightforward approach here. The long-term memory module acts as a separate processing step, analyzing the data before it reaches the short-term memory.
Gotcha.
Think of it like having your friend pre-read a chapter,
Okay.
give you a summary, key takeaways before you dive in yourself.
So it's like a pre-processing step, ensuring that the most important information is already highlighted before the main processing even begins.
You got it.
Gotcha.
While this seems simple, it can be very effective. However, it also has potential drawbacks.
Okay.
This approach could limit the overall model's flexibility
Okay.
by constraining how the different memory systems interact.
I see. So each approach has its own trade-offs.
Yes.
Now, the paper mainly focuses on language modeling. But you mentioned earlier that Titans could have applications beyond language. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Absolutely. While the authors used language modeling as a testing ground, the Titans architecture has the potential to revolutionize AI across various fields.
Wow.
They've already shown promising results in common sense reasoning,
Okay.
time series forecasting, and even DNA modeling.
So it's not just about understanding language. It's about understanding patterns and making connections in all sorts of data. And remember those 2 million plus token context windows we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
That kind of long-range memory capacity could be groundbreaking for analyzing complex data sets in any field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one of the paper's key findings is that Titans are theoretically more expressive than Transformers.
Right.
They have a greater capacity to learn and solve complex problems, not just in language, but potentially across various domains.
Okay, so how do these Titans actually perform against the competition?
Yeah,
Do they live up to all the hype?
they absolutely crushed it. In various tests, they outperformed state-of-the-art models like Transformer Plus, Plus RetNet,
Oh.
Mamba, and DeltaNet.
Impressive. Were there any tests where they really stood out?
One that particularly impressed me was the needle in a haystack test from the Ruler benchmark.
Okay.
This test is specifically designed to evaluate how well a model can retrieve information from extremely long texts.
Ah, so the ultimate long-term memory challenge.
Right, exactly.
How did the Titans fare?
They aced it.
Wow.
They were able to find those needles with incredible accuracy, demonstrating the power of their long-range memory capabilities.
Nice.
They also excelled in the Babylon benchmark, which requires complex reasoning over vast amounts of information in some tasks. They even surpassed large language models like GPT-4.
So unlike the Decepticons, these Titans are here to help us decode the secrets of long-form information processing.
Exactly.
It seems like they're all about pushing the boundaries of what AI can do with memory.
Hmm.
But let's zoom out for a moment. What does this all mean in the grand scheme of things? Where could this research lead us?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
This research has me incredibly excited about the future of AI.
Okay.
Just imagine the possibilities if AI can truly master long-term memory.
I'm picturing AI that can learn from its experiences over extended periods, becoming more adaptable and intelligent over time. That's like we're moving away from the goldfish AI that forgets everything after a few seconds and towards AI with a much richer and deeper memory capacity.
Precisely, this research could unlock AI that remembers past mistakes,
Yeah.
builds on previous successes, and learns from its interactions with the world. We're talking about AI that evolves over time, becoming more sophisticated and capable with each experience. It's a whole new level of learning and adaptation.
That's both exciting and a little mind-blowing AI that truly remembers and learns from its past. It feels like we're on the verge of something truly groundbreaking.
It certainly has the potential to be transformative. This could lead to AI that's less reliant on constant retraining and more capable of independent learning AI that's more like us in its ability to accumulate knowledge and wisdom over time.
Okay, last question before we wrap up. If we connect this to the bigger picture, what are some of the real-world implications? What could Titans-powered AI actually do in the real world?
The possibilities are vast.
Yeah.
Imagine medical AI that can remember a patient's entire medical history,
Okay.
not just a snapshot leading to more personalized and effective treatment.
That'd be incredible.
Or educational AI that tailors its approach to each student's learning journey,
Okay.
remembering their strengths, weaknesses, and progress over time.
Or AI assistants that actually learn our preferences and habits, becoming truly helpful partners in our daily lives.
Exactly.
No more repeating the same commands over and over again. They would just remember and adapt.
Right.
And think about the impact on scientific discovery.
Yeah.
Titans-powered AI could analyze decades of research data, spotting patterns and generating new hypotheses that would have taken human researchers years to uncover.
For sure.
Wow, this is just the beginning. It feels like we're standing at the edge of a whole new era of AI. And this paper, Titans, Learning to Memorize at Test Time, is a major step in that direction.
It truly is a testament to the incredible work being done in the field of AI, and it raises an important question that I'll leave you with.
Okay.
Could this research lead to AI that can not only remember, but also reason about its experiences over extended periods?
Ooh.
Could it be the key to unlocking a new level of AI consciousness, something for you to ponder as you explore this fascinating paper?
Ooh, that's a big one. Definitely some food for thought. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive. It's been a wild ride and I've learned so much.
The pleasure was all mine. Until next time, keep those knowledge gears turning.
And to all you listeners out there, thanks for diving in with us. Don't forget to check out the show notes for a link to the Titans paper. We'll catch you in the next episode of The Deep Dive. It's really incredible to think about the potential impact of all of this research. We've talked about like all the technical details,
Right.
but what really excites me is the bigger picture,
Yeah.
like what Titans could mean for the future of AI. It feels like we're on the cusp of a major transformation.
I completely agree. The idea of AI that can learn and adapt over extended periods, remembering its past experiences and building upon them, it's truly revolutionary. It could fundamentally change how we interact with technology and how AI solves complex problems.
We've touched on a few potential applications like personalized medicine,
Right.
smarter AI assistants,
Mm.
but I'm curious to hear more about like the broader societal implications.
Mhm.
How do you see Titans-powered AI shaping the world around us?
Well, for one thing, I think it could lead to a shift in how we think about work and automation.
Right.
Imagine AI systems that can learn on the job, constantly improving their skills and knowledge. This could free up humans to focus on more creative and strategic tasks, while AI handles the more routine and data-driven work.
That raises some interesting questions about the future of the workforce. We need to adapt our education systems to prepare for a world where AI is increasingly capable of handling complex tasks.
Absolutely. It'll be crucial to focus on developing skills that complement AI,
Okay.
such as critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence. We'll need to find ways to collaborate effectively with AI systems, leveraging their strengths while also understanding their limitations.
It's fascinating to consider how this technology could impact various industries.
Yeah.
We've talked about healthcare and education,
Right.
but what about fields like scientific research, finance, or even art and entertainment?
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Imagine Titans-powered AI helping scientists analyze massive data sets to
Yeah.
accelerate drug discovery or predict climate change patterns. In finance, they could identify market trends and manage investments with unprecedented accuracy.
Yeah.
And in the creative realm, they could assist artists and musicians in generating new ideas and pushing the boundaries of expression.
It's both exciting and a little daunting to think about like the potential ripple effects across society. But one thing's for sure, this technology has the power to reshape our world in some profound ways.
I think it's important to approach these advancements with a sense of responsibility and thoughtful consideration.
Yeah.
As we develop more powerful AI systems, we need to be mindful of the ethical implications and ensure that they are used for good.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that technological progress must go hand in hand with ethical considerations. We need to have open conversations about the potential benefits and risks and work together to ensure that AI is used to create a better future for everyone.
Well said. It's a collaborative effort that requires input from scientists, policymakers, ethicists, and society as a whole.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive. I always knew that AI was advancing rapidly, but this paper really highlights the incredible progress being made in the field of AI memory. It's clear that Titans have the potential to be a game changer.
I wholeheartedly agree. The ability for AI to truly memorize and learn over time is a significant leap forward, and it's exciting to see where this research will lead us in the years to come.
Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today.
Yeah.
It's been a fascinating conversation, and I know our listeners will be buzzing with ideas and questions after this deep dive.
The pleasure was all mine. It's always inspiring to discuss these cutting-edge advancements with a curious and engaged audience.
And to all our listeners, thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of AI and memory. We hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and left you pondering the possibilities. Don't forget to check out the show notes for a link to The Titans, Learning to Memorize at Test Time paper. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into the world of knowledge.